Hey everyone, I'm Lottie and today we're going to do a Pilates for runners and other activities, sports, hiking, cycling, getting outdoors. This routine is just going to compact a lot of exercises that are going to be really great to look after yourselves and to prevent injuries. So if you are on your feet doing activities outdoors, then we need to look after those feet. So we're going to start at the bottom of the body with a little bit of footwork and ankle stability work, and then just make our way up to some lovely deep stretches, some core stability, and some back work as well, just to protect your spine. So we are going to have the option of using a small ball. So this is a cork ball, but you could use a tennis ball or even a golf ball, though a golf ball might be a little bit hard under the foot. So I'm going to use a cork ball, and then also option to use a loop band, but you don't have to have these bits of equipment. You can do the whole routine just without as well. So we're going to start, as I said, in standing, and you're going to put that tennis ball or whatever you're using underneath your foot. Now, we're just going to start by rolling it up and down in a linear action. Now, you don't want to push too hard initially because, we don't want to scare the muscles, but you might find that it's very tender under the sole of the foot here. Now, just make sure that you're protecting your standing leg, your hip, you're not swinging out. So this is Pilates, so we want to focus on our alignment, which is the key to Pilates and the key to injury prevention as well. So really focusing on everything lining up. Good, and then you're just gonna work horizontally as well with the ball, just sort of under the toes across the pad of your feet, the ball of your foot. So just gonna work across there. And again, you might find that there's some sort of tender areas. Feels really nice, actually. And then you can just kind of roll in and out as well. And then you might find a point where you want to just kind of hold for a bit and just press in. So we're just really massaging, releasing, and giving some love, much needed love to the soles of the feet there. And especially around the heel, it might feel a bit sort of gristly. So just kind of around that heel. If you are running or again, just doing any outdoors activities, tennis, then your feet should be such a priority to look after. So especially if you want to be doing it for a long time. Good, so just for a moment, I just want you to stand again on both feet. And just notice how different the feet feel now. The one that you've released with that ball, you've given it a little bit of a massage, you've woken up the cells, the muscles, the tendons, the tissue, the fascia, and it should maybe just feel a lot nicer than the foot that you haven't worked on yet. So let's make sure we're nice and even and give the other foot a little bit of love. So going forwards and back, first of all, and again, just check in the standing leg that we are supporting that leg with the glutes, the standing leg, you've got the glutes active, you're not swinging into that hip. So just rolling forwards and back. You can always hold on to a wall or a chair if you find that you're a bit wobbly. Good, so again, it can feel really quite sore, but really nice as well, that kind of good pain. And then we're going to work in that horizontal way as well, so right across the ball of the foot. Good. Try not to scrunch up the toes of the supporting leg or the one that you're working. And then just kind of moving the ball around however you feel comfortable and that feels good for you. You might find some points where you just want to hold it and just kind of breathe into that area of tenderness, of tightness. Good. That's it. Gorgeous. Oh, feels so good. So we're just gonna stand and just notice how that feels under the soles of your feet. So we've given those feet a little bit of love. Now we're going to put that ball or that tennis ball just above the ankles to hold the ankles in really good alignment. And we're going to do some ankle stability work. So you're going to have that ball there. Again, if you don't have a ball, don't worry. You can feel quite a nice massage actually with it there. So we're holding that and we're just going to rise and lower. Okay, so we're really focusing on the ankle alignment, but then bring your awareness up to your knees and your hips. Everything's tracking forwards and you're trying to keep those ankles in line. And then just start to focus on the rest of the posture. So lengthen your spine. Think of the crown of your head reaching up to the sky. Now we're going to hold the ankles up. Again, keep them up, keep them still. Hold that ball. And we're going to go into a squat here. So the ankles stay stable. As we squat, we're strengthening the ankles. We want nice, strong ankles. We don't want to be rolling over our ankle as we step on any uneven terrain, gravel or even grass or anything like that. Sometimes if we have weak ankles, they can just roll over. Or if you're not wearing supportive footwear, then sometimes we can have quite weak ankles. So we want to keep them strong and healthy, and this type of exercise is great for that. So we'll do about 8 of these, starting to really work the glutes, hamstrings, core stability, balance, all of those good Pilates principles. And really send the hips back and down rather than the knees forward. So you don't want to think knees forward, you want to think hips back as you take that squat, hinging and up, really good. Okay, let's bring the heels down. We don't need that ball now, so we'll pop that to one side. We're going to stand on one leg, so we've really prepared that foot to stand on one leg now. And we're going to do like a little running man in standing. So I'll just show you from the side. So we're going to bring our right knee up and our left arm forward. So it is actually replicating what you would do on a run. Swing those arms and those legs. So a little bit of control here needed and balance. As that right leg goes back, right arm comes forwards, so it's opposite arm and leg, and then you drive that knee through. So again, let's do 8 on each side. Really supporting the standing leg, get as low as you can, and then drive that leg through. Good. And you want to try and get that knee as high as you can. Work on that hip flexion and then that hip extension. Finding that power with the arms, just as you would if you were sprinting forwards. Good. Lovely. So once you've done about 8, we'll try 8 on the other leg. So bring the left knee through, really drive it through. You want opposite arm forwards to help balance and find that coordination. And then we bring the knee through again. And you're going to come as low as you can into that one leg squat. Strengthening your hamstrings, your glutes, your joints. Standing on one leg is such a great thing to practice for all activities, for agility and control. So you want to focus on being in the midline of your body, nose, belly button, crown of the head. Gorgeous. Okay, so once you've done about 8 of those on each side, we're going to bring the glute band up around the thighs, and we're going to do a little standing oyster action to work on external rotation of the hip and to work into that glute med at the side here. So again, we're going to put the weight onto one leg. Hips are going to stay level, and we're going to take an outwards action of the knee into the band and in. So we'll go for 8 of these. So we're in a small bend of the knees, and we're really pressing out into that band for that extra bit of challenge. Try not to let the ankle tip to the side. You might even bring the foot off the floor to allow the hip to do the work. Really good. So you could take this routine before you go off to do your run or other activity, or you could just do it to supplement the training or whatever you might be doing throughout the week. So you could do this maybe a couple of times a week on the days that you're not going for your run or doing the other activity. So try to make it really part of your routine rather than just once every so often when you start to feel pain or anything. Obviously it's great to do to look after, but it's all about prevention. Prevention is key, and to build up that stability and control so that we don't injure ourselves along the way. Good, so we're doing about 8 of those on each side, and then we're going to come down to the mat now to work on some Pilates mat exercises. So we're going to go for our bridge. We're going to come down onto the mat. Lining up is really important, so just make sure you've got feet, knees, hips, shoulders lovely lined up, arms are alongside the body. We're going to get great hip extension, so we're going to bridge the pelvis up high. Already activated those glutes, so hopefully they're firing up for you. And then I want you to roll through the spine on the way down. So it's an articulation on the way down, and then a bridge up on the way up, and rolling on the way down. So we're trying to get as much mobility through the spine on the way down, and then that hip stretch on the way up, and then rolling down through the back. So at the top, you're looking for knees, hips, and shoulders in a nice diagonal line, and then rolling down. Good. Straight up in one piece, glutes strong, roll it down, bone by bone. Nice wide Pilates breath into the sides of the ribs. We want to breathe low. Press the hips up, inhale, and then exhale, melting down. Good, let's hold this next one up. Pressing into the feet here, we're going to work on pelvic stability, glute strength with a one leg fold. So we're going to press into our right foot, left heel lifts, and bring the left knee in. So you want to try and keep those hips level, really strengthening this supporting leg. And we're going to take 5 taps with that left foot. 5, tapping the floor and then bringing it in. 4, bring it in. 3, bring it in. 2, bring it in. Last 1. Bring that knee as close in as you can. Fold it down and then bring the hips back. Good, try that on the other leg. So come up and find that level pelvis. Long through the lower back. You don't want to feel this in your lower back. You want to feel those glutes working. Press into that left leg, fold the right heel and knee in towards you. As much as you can, we toe tap for 5 and in. For 4 and in. So you want to keep that right hip level with the left. 2 and 1. Good, now get that knee in as close as you can. Lift the hips higher. Place the foot down. And then roll down through your back. Really nice. Now, working on that stability, we're going to keep our pelvis nice and level and neutral. Open the arms out a little bit wider and bring the legs to what we call tabletop position. So you're going to bring ankles and knees together. And we're going to go for a hip roll. So a little bit of spine rotation, strengthening the spine and working the core stability or the deep abdominals, the obliques, the transverse abdominals, the abdominals. So we're going to take the legs, the pelvis towards the right, breathing out to come back to the middle. Breathing in as the pelvis rocks to the left, so you get that rotation, and then keep the legs squeezing together as you come back. Now don't let the head move, I don't want you to let the shoulders move, I just want you to focus on the pelvis rocking, the lower back rotating, you keeping the legs completely together like one. Use that out breath to come back to the center, to connect to your abdominals. Good, one more to each side. You're in control of this movement, don't let the legs take over. Excellent. Now we're going to start to do like a little bicycle action with the legs. So you're going to reach one leg forwards as the other leg bends in, and then the other leg forwards. So bicycling the legs and maintaining your breath. So don't hold your breath. You want to keep the breath flowing. And you want to start to find that subtle tone and engagement around the lower abdominals. And then maybe we're going to curl the head and neck and chest off the mat. So we work a little bit more here as we take those bicycles. Getting as much stretch and mobility now through the legs as you can. Good. Cycling forwards. And then let's just reverse the cycling. So a little bit of mind-body connection here. Cycling back the other way. Good. And then just hug the knees in to stretch the lower back. So let's from there come to our all fours. We're nearly there with this. We are going to focus a little bit on the back muscles. Still through the core stability with our tabletop. And we're going to go into a plank and a leg pull as well before we finish back up in standing. So let's just come onto all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Finding that long lengthened spine. We're going to reach the arm and leg away, opposite arm and leg. And then you're just going to lift up, nothing else moves. So trying to keep the box, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. Try not to sink in your lower back. Keep the neck in line, nice strong neck. Bring hand, foot down, slide in, other side. So you're going to alternate here. And again, careful not to hold the breath. See if you can not let that body move at all. The trunk stays still as you reach that arm and leg away, 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 and in. Good. One more on each side. Keep the gaze just in front of the hands. Nice level shoulders. Imagine you're balancing that ball on your lower back. Good. Excellent. And then we're just going to take our leg pull in a plank position. So we come into plank, we call it leg pull because you're going to imagine your leg is being pulled up to the sky and down, and we're going to do 5 on each side. So first of all, you want to step into that plank position. This is great for the hip extension, working the hips to get a nice stretch, and obviously your core stability and your glutes. So we're in plank, we're going to go 5 on the right, lifting it up to the sky. Nothing else moves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. 5 on the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze those glutes. 1. Good. And bring the knees back in. So you should really try and feel the glutes as you lift that back leg. So let's now try to come into a really nice deep stretch before we stand. So you're just going to step your right foot forwards. Obviously stretching is very important if you're running, doing any activities just to help look after your body. But we want to make sure we're not giving in to the stretches and letting all the alignment go so that we damage the joints. We want to protect ourselves. I just want you to come into this nice deep lunge and reach your right hand around the front of the shin. And then just look over that shoulder and just stretch it back there. Lovely. Check in this alignment here. You've got ankle, knee, hip. Really nice. And then just come back to the front and you're going to walk the foot more into the middle and then just take a long kneeling hamstring stretch here. So bring the heel as far forwards as you need to. Really pull that right hip back as you stretch out the front leg. Now you can always bring your hands back and round your spine. We're going to lengthen that hamstring. Draw the toes back towards the face. And keep bringing your right hip back and your left hip forwards. And just go where you can today. Don't worry if the leg isn't fully straight. Just be patient with yourself. Doesn't happen overnight. We want that slow progression with these stretches and easing the body open. Good. So we'll repeat those on the other side. So this time bring your left foot forwards. You want to bring your left arm around the outside and hold the front of the shin. So it's quite a deep runner's, what they call a runner's lunge. And we're just going to look over that back shoulder and just really open up through the groin, the inner thighs and the hips. And keep a nice flowing breath like a wave in and out, finding that release. And then we're going to bring it back when you're ready. Bring the foot in a little bit more narrow. Send the pelvis back, flex the front foot. And really shift in. So you want to bring the right hip forwards, the left hip back, flex the foot, stretch over the leg and breathe. You might feel it in your calf, in your Achilles, in your hamstring, maybe right up to the top of the hamstring. Keep pushing their hips back, back, back. Folding forward, send your chest forwards towards your foot. Lovely. That feels really good on the body. So then just stand up. Nice and controlled. Slowly roll up. Give your shoulders a little roll. Lovely. And then you're just going to stand in parallel, hip distance apart. Feel nice and springy under the feet. Soften the knees. We'll take one roll down through the spine. So mobilizing your spine, stretching your back. You can hold your legs and just kind of let your hands slide down. Just see where you go as you've now opened up the body. Take a deep in-breath there. Really let go of the head, the shoulders. And then just start to come up. You want to come up slowly and carefully, mobilizing your spine one bone at a time. Keeping the knees soft, you don't have to lock them out. And then standing in that Pilates posture, look out along the horizon and feel ready for your day, your activity, feeling strong and powerful. And you're all done for our session today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you feel like you've got some great exercises to keep you feeling safe, conditioned, and looked after for your activities and your running. And please do check out my other routines and let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see on the channel. I'll see you soon. Bye.